How's it going? This is Odd.
It's Red here.
And Mal.
And you're about to listen to our podcast. I'm just going to give you a heads up. Probably not the greatest for having your kids around.
Nope.
We are a 18-plus podcast, and we would appreciate if you would take that into consideration, as we honestly have horrible mouths. And obviously,
influences will ruin your life.
Yeah.
Right. Obviously, by what our name is, we are the Ganja people.
And I was smoking during this intro.
Hey, I'm Odd.
I'm Red.
And I'm Mal.
And we are the Ganja people. What's going on?
Hey.
Hey, everybody.
Hope you guys had a great week.
It's been a long one, hasn't it? Feels like...
I mean, falling down the stairs earlier this week, you know.
Getting weights dropped on my ankle during workouts.
Right. Man, you boys have had a rough week.
Yeah, we've been fighting.
Plus, like, work bullshit has been kind of stupid this week, too, for me. So it's been a long week.
I've had a good week.
Anyway, so, like, the thought process here is we should get high.
I second that. And I guess today we're going to be smoking out of one of our Christmas presents to each other over here. Mal bought Odd here a nice little bong, and I think
It's a Viper.
I think I shouldn't be the one to talk about it because
It's a snake.
one of your guys' gift to each other. So
It's a snake, and it's the cutest thing ever, and his name is Victor.
It's definitely it's Victor the Viper, because he has gigundous teeth.
He does.
And definitely looks like a small viper of some sort.
I really wish we could show
I
them.
love it.
I know, right?
Maybe in the comments we can drop a picture.
Well, I don't know, like, there's a way to make a picture, so, I mean, maybe we could take a picture of it and put it in our picture thing.
The piece of the week and use it as our cover photo. See, there we
you
go.
go.
And then you guys could see Victor.
It's not my personal gift, so I think it should be...
This one was my gift to Odd.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I guess he's getting at that I need to do the green hit of the night.
Plus, I remember from last week's episode, you said you didn't get to notice the difference too much.
No,
on the
like,
green
I
hit.
know the difference. It's just... it's not that big of a deal to me as a whole. I guess that's the way I look at
Not
it.
everybody
Alright.
is all about it. Like, some
I
people
get
don't
it.
care.
And, like,
But
last
I
week,
was
Mal
just
hit
making
it.
sure covering the grounds, you know.
Right? For
Some
sure.
people might be like, oh, you know, it's probably because he doesn't get green hit too often, so we'll put it on air that you get a green hit.
To be fair,
We all take
usually
turns.
if Green Hit is up for dibs on a game that Red here has decided to play, Mal usually wins.
But
Because
she's-
Mal pays attention.
She's
Because I'm
kind of...
trained like a dog.
Yeah. She knows
It's like the
after
episode
unpacking.
of The Office, where, what you call it there? He always is playing pranks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
I don't know his
getting
name.
Dwight to, every time his computer chimes, he gives him a tic tac
Yeah.
for like 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden he's like, it
What are you
chimes,
doing,
and he's
Dwight?
like,
I don't know.
he's like, what are you doing, Dwight? Oh, I thought you were gonna give me a tic tac. Oh, okay. Yeah, he trained him like a dog, you know.
Yeah, that's Mal.
So, so anyone that's listening that wants to do a green hit, we are doing our green hit for our show. So sit back and relax.
I wasn't sure if you wanted to get closer to the mic or not.
No, it's all
I
good.
didn't know if it would pick up real well.
Wheeze it good.
All right.
My God.
Beautiful.
I left plenty of green in there, by the way. Hit the side, you know, do it the proper way. We had talked about that last week. We'd also said last week that we were going to talk about Friendsgiving.
Oh, there's our transition.
Well, we did like our intro, you know,
Right.
let's get into something we decided we were going to talk about, and it's very exciting for us.
It was. It was the best.
Friendsgiving.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, with Friendsgiving, this year was our first year, and we had seen on Facebook, do a weed and wing Friendsgiving.
And we were like, that is absolutely brilliant. Because, first of all, wings are my favorite. And, I mean, who doesn't want to pair that with weed?
Right.
So, we got all of our usual gang around for the for like we have what we call the porch parties. Most Friday nights during the summertime, we actually have our friends come out, a bunch of friends, all sit around, smoke, enjoy each other's company, just kind of hang and have fun for a few hours. Everyone bails out, you know.
We eat a bunch of food and smoke a bunch of weed and have a whole lot of laughs.
Well, this year we decided, why not wings for Thanksgiving?
Our first annual Weed and Wings Friendsgiving.
And we're going to do it every year.
Right. So we had, probably 14 people here?
It was like 14, 15, something like that.
Probably,
it might have been a little bit more.
Maybe up to like 16.
This porch was definitely crowded.
Oh my gosh. It was, we don't have a very big porch. And it was definitely...
You are wrong.
Okay, let me rephrase.
We have an 8 by 25 foot porch. That's a fairly decent sized area.
Compared to porches that I used to growing up with, our porch is half the size of my mom's? So I guess
it's probably like a 12. Theirs is probably 12 by. It's probably the same length as ours is. Just it's wide.
Right. I guess it seems way bigger. So to me, our porch seems small, which I'm not complaining. I love our porch, but it was definitely packed that night for sure.
Oh, for sure. So everyone showed up,
and
there was I don't even know how many pieces going around. I mean, there was 6 or 7 blunts throughout the night, a couple of joints throughout the night.
I know
I remember
we went
from
through...
the first, because I stayed out on the front of the table, or not the table. I was out on the porch first, and I was out, and I swear, before I even grabbed any wings, I went through easily 30 bowls, because there was everybody had a bowl in their hand. Everybody had their bowl in their hand, and it was always being passed.
Yeah.
If you didn't have a bowl in your hand, you were not.
There was one on its way.
Yeah, you were getting a bowl very fast.
And I mean, we have a couple of friends that like to be campers, and they were having a hard time keeping up because, you just drop off one to the next person, and you'd get another one, and it was a constant go.
The way we did it was we told everybody they had to bring a dozen wings for themselves, and so if 2 or 3 people came, they all brought a dozen wings. And then everybody had to bring some smoke with them.
Yep.
And then we all just put it together, and we shared the wings. Everybody got a flavor, or what was it? A wing of each flavor or something. We all tried different ones.
On an average, but I mean,
had my glass blunt packed with 7 to 9 different types of weeds. That went around a couple times.
All of our pieces went around a couple times.
I had
Everybody
a bunch
brought
of my
pieces with them.
here. I remembered, in case people didn't have wings, I brought extra wings, made sure we had enough wings for everybody, and
there was
boy,
plenty.
Did we have enough wings for everybody.
There was plenty for sure. We did a set of boneless wings and then a set of regular wings, which next year we're just going to do 2 sets of regular wings. We were the only ones that actually cooked our own wings, too.
Yeah, which next year we might just buy them. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get more wings
just to save us some time.
It was kind of a pain in the ass to try to, I was cooking, so, I missed a good part of the social hour. Yeah. Because me and our friend Angelica she was making drinks and I was making the food.
Because that girl, when she comes to party, she brings a party with her. She's the bomb. Brought 2 giant drink coolers and all kinds of drinks to make Alabama Slammers. And what was the other thing she made?
I don't know. It was a rum... I don't know. Something made with rum. It was a...
I can't remember. But she brought
lemonade. It was a rum lemonade.
And they were both filled. And so she supplied the alcohol for the evening. And then Red here, you had, what was it? Hot cocoa and...
I'm not talking about them because they failed.
It's all good, though. I mean, it's hot cocoa with Southern Comfort.
Yeah, it was hot cocoa with Southern Comfort.
It's not that they failed.
It was
just
been
too
amazing, strong, I feel
except you made them for somebody who's 3 drinks in, not 1 drink.
Actually, to be fair, I was ripped off my mind.
Again, that's how you did it.
I had the bright idea of there's,
He's let's speed up their drunkenness.
Huge gap between the top of the cup and my drink, so it's just alcohol.
Right, yeah, that kind of...
But, I mean, I loved the idea behind it. Because
it was a great idea. I just, the execution, definitely going to do more when I'm sober.
Yeah.
As a whole, the whole night was ridiculous, though.
Right?
It was.
For sure. It was... Everyone got here shortly after 8.
Mm-hmm.
It was when everyone got here. We had a couple of us that were here throughout the day.
Yeah, because
Red and John Boy and Bri all worked on the plastic on the outside of the...
They did. These wonderful boys
It's
put plastic
starting to
up around
die,
our porch
but
for us.
we're going to hopefully get that fixed before our next recording. So
It was... I mean, it worked out pretty well.
The problem is where we live, there is a whole lot of wind because we live around a whole lot of fields. So the wind kind of makes our plastic a butthead.
Yeah.
It doesn't stick very good.
I mean, it's not been too bad, though.
It's held up better than I thought it was
honestly
going to.
stood up a lot longer than I thought.
Oh, yeah, I thought it'd be gone by now. I'm not going to lie.
The backside behind us stood way better than the other side, which I'm fine with because this is the side that we need to be...
Yeah.
The wind rarely comes from behind where I'm at.
I was expecting the first storm to come by and just rip this
I know.
wall down. I didn't even think it was going to make it to Friendsgiving.
I'm not going to lie.
honest.
I kind of worried that our house was going to turn into, like, Wizard of Oz type of thing and just float the frick away. But it turned out it was okay.
Right?
That's for the second segment.
That's why I was like, the hell are you doing?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
Plus,
Red clearly showed us that he had a second one, so I was like, what are you doing?
I didn't know
And
it.
then
No, he didn't
this.
clearly show us.
Oh,
Mal thought Red just had one.
woman.
And then I also brought...
I didn't know.
Squeeze it.
Nobody
There you
tells
go.
me anything.
You just have to pay
came
attention
prepared.
every once in a
It's
great while,
Wednesday.
woman.
I try. I really do. But sometimes I suck at life, and I didn't know. So
Yeah,
now...
I was waiting for the next segment before we
Well,
got into the next
guess
bowl.
what?
The next segment.
Next
he
segment,
says.
my bum.
Yeah, but that was when before I found out.
Right, that we had...
that-
45
It was a
minute
different
long
set of segments, yeah. Let's just shift everything around.
But I took green
And
hit
now Mal
last
is
week.
completely
That's
confused.
Yeah, I am.
Red can hit it. That's fine.
Here.
Let Red
hit
start
it.
it.
Yes.
I'm afraid it picks up really loud on my mic. So
I
We'll find
am
out.
very curious as to how it's going to go.
We'll find out.
Mal, you should tell us what the stoner question of the night is.
Oh, the stoner question of the night. Okay, that way. What was it? Oh, so what makes you a stoner? Not like that you smoke weed, but what makes you earn the title of stoner?
So can I just take a moment to say this is a lot better than your last week's question?
Shut the hell up! This was Odd's idea. Okay.
But this
We were
is
smoking.
actually what I really like. This is a question I wanted last week where
Well,
we
see-
just talked.
Here's the thing. Me and Mal have different ideas of how this works. So I thought it was a great one because for some reason it come to me and she's like, well, anybody that smokes weed's a stoner. And I'm like, no.
No,
So we
no.
We just ended
Oh,
our
no.
conversation
So,
there.
There's degrees
different
of
levels.
stoners.
Yes,
That
there's
anybody
different
who's-
levels of stoner.
So we just ended our conversation there because this was on like,
And we
a
didn't-
couple days ago.
Yeah, and we didn't want to talk about it without.
So we decided
everybody
just
here
to
with
post
us.
it into our
So
chat so
Yeah.
you had an idea and you could get your thoughts together. So,
So okay.
who wants to start? Mal, why don't you start because it's your question.
Okay, so I fully believe that if you smoke weed, you're a stoner. Now, there are different levels of stoners. You might be the occasional stoner who only smokes once a year or less, even. Or you could be the habitual stoner who smokes all the time. Every day. You could be a weekend warrior who only smokes on the weekends when you don't have to work. I think there's just different degrees, but if you smoke weed, you are some degree of stoner.
I don't think so, though.
okay. So there are definitely different levels of stoner. There's definitely different levels of stoner. I feel like there's you could sit here and say you smoked a joint. Yeah. But does that make you an official stoner?
Are you
gonna
actually
do it
stoned?
again?
Are you stoned from
Are you
it?
stoned? Did you do it correctly? Are you going to do it again? Do you feel why you want to do it again? Do you understand why you want to do it again? You know?
Why are we breaking this down into a psychology class? That's
that's the
so
Okay,
much.
so here's my thought process.
But
Okay,
There's
so
multiple
So
levels
mu-
of it.
I know.
Because, like, there's more, too. Like, you could go to the next level where there's the so-called stoner, where they keep saying they're a stoner. Like, hey, I'm a stoner, I'm a stoner.
Like, what do you
but
know?
They wear tie-dye. They know nothing, but they wear tie-dye. They smoked a joint once, and they're like a god to smoking. So they wear tie-dye, and they're trying to be like, look at me, I'm a stoner. Those are the poser stoners. Then there's the next level where they're quiet and closet and shut-ins and not talking about being stoned.
like that's how people know I
Yeah.
am. Like that's how I
Those-
am. Like
those-
most people don't know I'm a stoner. stoner whatsoever.
Yeah, those are stoners. Those are where I begin calling them actual stoners. Because they know they want to smoke again. Because they're going to smoke again. And then they're going to enjoy it. They're not, they might be afraid of being paranoid about it or whatnot. Because they don't smoke that much.
It's not just like an occasional, I might just have some fun with it.
And then you get into the next level where it's like your weekend warriors who are always going to get stoned, or whatever. They're out for the party and having fun and all that. Yeah, they're stoners, but they're the clear, obvious stoners. And then there's the all-day, everyday stoner. Those are the people who we would call, all-day, everyday stoners. So those guys...
I have a different way I look at it. It's close, though.
All right.
So my first one's the occasional. So the occasional is the party stoner, as you said. The random, okay, I'll take a hit or so. Like
once a
like
year,
my mom, my mom's friend, occasional here or there.
Yeah.
Okay. So then your next one you have is your, I don't consider that a stoner. So then you have your pothead, in my opinion. So your pothead's someone that knows a little bit about smoking. Not a ton. Probably smokes a couple of days a week, maybe here or there. Possibly has a piece or two, mostly smokes joints. Okay. Then your next person, in my opinion, is when you get to actual name stoner. Stoner has lots of pipes. Stoner has lots of knowledge, whether it's in weed itself or whether it's in the kind of pieces they have or the kind of pieces they want. Or maybe it's in, the equipment they have. Maybe they take real great pride in their equipment. You know what I mean?
Right.
So then after that, then you have your smoke expert or your smoke spurt. Your smoke spurt? Your smoke spurt is someone that's okay, they know every bit of everything they smoked. They know exactly what THC it has. They know facts. They know everything there is to know about weed. Them are your smoke spurts. That's my thought process, because I don't consider, if you smoke once in a great while with friends, I'm that's not a stoner. That's okay.
Like I said, when on my line, I'd say around the closet stoner is when you actually get into stoner territory. If you want to say it's a stronger degree of pothead, because I like what you did, how you got, how I started with the poser smoker, it was
right.
And then go into the pothead, which would be the next class up, which would be closet stoner and whatnot. And then we would get to the stoner, which is, hey,
someone that smokes every day, religiously every day. You know what I mean?
They're the same people who are going to sit there and be like, hey, you want to smoke a bowl, But there's a difference between, because there's different levels of stoner. Because there's that guy who's always like, hey, can we smoke a bowl? And then it's out of your stuff, But then there's the, hey, you want to smoke a bowl? And it's his stuff.
Or it's, we'll go half and half. We do a lot of half and, all of our friends. What's usually I'll pack a bowl, you'll pack a bowl. That kind of thing. Generally tonight, Red packed the first, he had 2 packed actually, and we packed 1 in between. So, it's just how we roll. We're not,
now there was
stingy.
Now, I know somebody who, we were at my friend's house, and they were like, well, if you want to smoke with us, you got to throw a nug in to the grinder. And I was like, all right, well, I threw my nug in. I threw, other people threw their nug in. One of my friends didn't throw their nug in. So we're going around. We packed this mushroom. It's a 3-bowl mushroom, bowl.
Oh my
god!
Mushroom.
Oh yeah,
that's amazing. I want one like that eventually.
And we were like, well, let's smoke. And the guy who didn't throw in a nug, he's like, hey, can I smoke out of that? And they were like, did you throw a nug into the grinder? And he's like, no. And he's like, here you go, Red. And passed the bowl to me, and then I got to hit it.
Well, it's all fair. That's, in my opinion, that's how it's all fair if you're going to be partying.
Right, and something else
rules.
you need to remember to mention is this isn't somebody that was new to smoking. This is somebody this is a very big habit of theirs. Because if I'm right,
they're
I
just
remember who it
extremely
was.
cheap about things.
Yes, so
You can cut that out, but it's blue.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, we knew.
It's definitely not something that is unheard of from this fella. So you gotta draw a line somewhere.
Right, and I get that because I've been there.
I mean, if you have rules to
But
start,
if there's
though,
rules that are made clear at the very beginning, and they're not just popped up out of nowhere,
Right?
That makes sense. Like I made a decision right at the beginning. I was like, oh, well, I know how this plays out. It's a fee. I've played this before. I usually, if I get a front from my dealer, I'm going to sit at his house and smoke a nug with him. You know what I mean? After I pay him off, I'm going to sit there and be like, hey, let's burn one. You helped me in this situation. I'll help you.
Well, it's one of those you pay to play. That's just how it is. You know what I mean? You got to pay for your play.
Dude,
I mean,
you know what I'm starting to realize?
What's that?
Stoner etiquette's kind of complicated if you're new to the world.
I mean, it's just common courtesy.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Pretty much.
If you think about it.
I mean, yeah, I guess it is. It is. But, if you're new to this world, this is stuff you have no idea.
Right? I guess so.
You don't
I mean, we could probably talk an entire episode about etiquettes.
Oh, yeah.
Stoner etiquette.
Pretty much at the end of the day, it's just don't be a dick.
Right.
If you got, there's rules. Like, if you're using somebody else's grinder, don't touch their keef trap. I have ran into people touching other people's keef trap. That is almost a death sentence with some people.
So, okay.
Because they save that all year round, and they'll save it for a special event. And if they don't, if somebody touches that, like I seen somebody, a DJ actually, DJ Square's brother actually used the keef trap up on their grinder before. Yeah. On your face, Odd. You know exactly.
Now, is this D or J's brother?
Jay's
brother.
Oh.
Yeah. I was there when that happened.
That sucks.
He was like, oh, yeah, I got all this. There was all this keef at the bottom of my grinder, and D almost lost it.
Yeah, no,
he walked out, went downstairs, got in his truck, and all left. And I was like, okay, so what you just did almost got you killed.
Well, I don't know how familiar he is with stoner etiquette. You know what I mean?
I know he's fairly young.
He is very new to it. But
he's fairly young,
So, I mean, he just learned a very valuable lesson.
He learned it
unfortunately,
the hard way.
D paid for it.
Yeah, Jay paid for it, too.
Yeah. D and J both did, because I'm sure D and J did not.
Oh, I'm glad I was not at the house for that conversation.
I love them.
That'd have been a bad time.
After
I love
D
those
got
two
back,
in life.
After D got back, this was back when they were still at the apartment.
Right.
So I was like, all right, guys, it was great chilling with you.
Bye.
See you later. Jay, I wish you the best luck. Bye.
See you later.
I would not want to be a fly on that wall.
Yeah.
I'm a nosy person. There's a lot of things that I wish I could be a fly on the wall, but that's not one.
Right. For sure. So I figure it's about high time we do my side of this whole equation.
Okay.
Which is the Urban Dictionary word of the night.
Yes, I was good at this last.
This time we'll see how it goes.
You also became the moolah. What was it, moolah?
Mamala.
Shut the fuck up.
Mamala. All right, so this week's word is doucheberg.
Doucheberg?
What is a doucheberg?
Somebody that lives in Pittsburgh. Sorry.
Is that right? Because that sounds exactly
okay,
right.
so there's that. Okay, no, what are you saying, Red?
Okay, doucheberg. I'm guessing it's when being a douchebag is not equate enough that you have to be something bigger, like an iceberg. So you're a doucheberg.
Wow, Red's actually fairly close here.
Okay.
All right, so a doucheberg is someone who at first meeting shows a little bit of their douchey self. But on getting to know them better, the full extent of their douchiness comes out, and it's apparent, and that's the doucheberg.
John.
It's just the tip of the iceberg. Like, you first meet him or her, and it's tip of the iceberg. They're like, oh, that person's kind of douchey.
Dude, our friends, yeah.
So then after you get into it, you're like, oh, fuck,
And you don't
mega
like
douche.
Yep.
And you're too fucking late by that point. You're like, oh, shit.
No, you're not too late. We have somebody like that.
So-
And I know if he steps on my porch again, I'm going to tase him.
Yeah.
So their little example they have is, upon seeing a known douchebag coming at him, he said in his best captain's voice, "Doucheberg straight ahead."
That's a good one.
That's
a good one.
I was like, damn, I gotta use that one.
P.S.
Doucheberg.
I'm really sorry to any Pittsburgh people.
Mind you, her best friend lives in
My
Pittsburgh
BFF,
too, though.
She does. My BFF lives in Pittsburgh.
To be honest with you,
she's gonna
it
hear this
sounds
because she listens.
like
and she's
when
gonna
you
die.
said,
It's gonna be funny as shit.
I love you. She's my little owl.
Okay,
call
there
her
you go.
your little owl.
Yes, I love my little owl. That's what we're gonna call her. She's my little owl.
All right,
Okay.
so.
Okay. Yeah. I love you, little owl. She'll hear it later. She'll love me for it. You
But to
watch
be
and
honest,
see.
to be fair with you, it sounded like a Pennsylvania term that you would hear around Pittsburgh.
Right? Like, you
So,
can't tell me.
If
that
anybody's from Pittsburgh, I'm pretty sure you know a couple of
it wasn't personal.
Doucheberg.
It just kind of, you know that filter? Yeah, no. It went straight from brain to mouth with
Well,
zero
I mean,
filter.
we are 2 bowls in at this point.
We
so,
are.
I mean, loose lips are gonna seek some shit somewhere. And
Sorry, Pittsburgh.
I will say, though, I've seen some pretty sketchy shit in Pittsburgh. I go to
yeah.
Pittsburgh a lot for concerts when, of course, it's not fucking COVID season.
downtown
Yeah.
is awful.
So
I don't
was
drive
in
in Pittsburgh.
I was in the German part. So what happened was we were going to Station Square to go see Lamb of God, and you were supposed to take like 4B or something like that. There was no fucking 4B. So we took 4C because we're like, there's no 4B. Literally, there's A and C, and there's no fucking B in the middle.
Yeah, 3
Like,
miles.
I'm not sure how that
Town.
happened. So I'm like, okay. So we took fucking C. So, you know, you go down in the middle in Pittsburgh, right at the beginning there. And it's before you get to Veterans Bridge. And fucking, we stopped. And this place was called Mo Money Taxes. So I'm like, all right, cool. And little German, you know, little Germany area. So there's 6 of us in our car, mind you. My cousin Sasquatch. At least that's what we all call him.
Oh, gosh.
And then John Boy, and then my buddy Chase, and my buddy Stevens. You know, I mean, we're the big set of guys. And we go into this place, and this lady goes, "You're not going to rob me, right?" First fucking thing she says. 5 guys come in, she goes, "You're not going to rob me, right?" I'm like, no, we need a pisser and how to get to Station Square. She goes, "Thank God." She's like, "I thought I was just going to die right here." I'm like, "No, you're good."
Poor lady.
We just have to piss. We've been
Well,
waiting
you guys
for like an
all
hour.
are kind of an intimidating crowd. All
Well, like the
compiling out of a
smallest
car.
one's got to be either Chase or Stevens, and I
Yeah,
mean
and-
they're both probably 5'7". You
I
know,
mean, you're not necessarily small
no,
people.
not
They're
not
just
small guys.
all 5 of you coming in there all at one time, and you know, Squatch is pretty
He's 6'5".
massive. So
I
like,
mean, yeah,
like he's
Oh.
tall as fuck, and you're not short either.
no, I'm 6 foot. So yeah, it was that. Oh man, we died laughing. We felt really bad for that lady though. I'm like, oh, this must happen a lot.
I know.
Like-
That's sad.
I was like,
I
that's
don't
not a
drive
good
in
sign.
Pittsburgh. I make odd drive in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh is I don't mind the highways in Pittsburgh. It's when you get
So-
into Pittsburgh and you have 8 fucking turns and you go, take the next left. Which one? The first
Yeah.
one, the second one, the
the
third, or the
third
far
one.
fucking
Do you
one?
remember when we tried to find that rehabilitation center for the raccoon?
Oh yeah.
That was
Oh.
hell trying to
So-
find that.
Driving a truck on the highways in Pittsburgh is a hell of a different story, especially when your truck can only go 65 and everybody else around you is whipping by you at
Yeah.
85,
At like
90.
Mach fucking 3.
They're gone, and you're just like, okay, I'm staying right here.
Dude.
And if I have to be in the exit on the left side of the road, I wish whoever's behind me the best of luck, because I'm cutting over.
Dude.
I'm a wrecker truck, so I can just pick you up and go take you wherever.
You know.
So mind you guys, we live just outside of a town of 7,000.
It's little.
So, like, when we talk about Pittsburgh's a real big fucking city for us. You know, a normal big city for us is Erie.
Right.
So this tells you guys we are podunk nowhere people.
And, like, Erie's nothing to scoff at, but it's easy to drive in.
It's super easy.
Who the fuck says?
Every other road is one way on both directions.
Okay,
so it's one way this way and one way this way.
There's a reason Mal ended up at Ghetto Mart.
Yeah.
Okay.
This woman has no idea
it's not
on driving.
Titusville. Titusville's awful with their roads.
They have one way every way.
They
too,
have
and
one
it's just
ways
stupid.
everywhere, and it's retarded because it's like one way, this way, go the other way. It's crazy.
Yeah, we live in a small part of the area, so 6 lanes is a lot for us and stuff.
I don't do it.
I mean, there's like a highway part that my wife always goes the 4 lanes, and she hates it. It's literally 2 lanes on each side of the road is all.
I know, and I've driven them like
not like 6 or 8. The worst city I've ever driven in, though, I'm not gonna even fucking lie to you, is fucking Cincinnati. They have bridges everywhere. Like, the roads are stacked, so you can't see the road signs till you get right under them and you go, oh fuck, I gotta go 2 lanes in the next 100 meters. You're like, fuck!
Can we never go to Cincinnati?
Oh, it's horrible. That's how you get to Kentucky.
We're simple folk. If you
can we go around it?
We're simple folk. If you got too many lanes, that's more than our hands, and more fingers than our hands. We're gonna
Buddy,
get lost.
if there's more than my 1 lane going this way and your 1 lane going that way, I am unhappy, and I don't want to do it no more.
This is the same person who was afraid to follow me whipping down the road.
Dude, I'll never ride with you driving. Probably not, ever. Sorry.
I've gotten better.
I have a list of people I will ride with, and I promise you, it's...
You are not in it, Red.
No,
you are not
short.
in it.
It's very short. I don't like driving, but I also don't like riding with most people.
She just likes staying at home.
I mean, I'm down to stay home.
I just take the crazy back-ass ways that go nowhere faster than...
Oh, I know every road, I swear to God, from where we live to Warren to Erie. Like, I know every fucking road everywhere. It's
Yep. And then it took me 6 months to figure out how to drive from my mom's house to our house.
I know how to get
She
to
knew
the
one route.
I did, just one, and it was the long way.
She took the long way for, like, the first year we lived here.
Yeah. It took me forever to figure
now
out.
She knows the back way right here and that way, and then levels. This way she's still not sure on.
I don't take that way while I'm by myself.
Like, I might get lost.
In my defense, I can't take that road out.
Right.
I can only come back in.
I can't come back in.
route.
I can only take that road out, maybe. I haven't tried by myself because I'm afraid.
I can't
But I can also get myself home from that way.
Right. Amishville. Yeah.
See, now I can go Amish way. I can go the dirt road over here that gets pretty sketchy in the winter way. I can go level. And I can
that
go
no
6.
maintenance
Tri-County.
road? Oh my god.
No, Tri-County.
Yeah, Tri-County.
Oh.
Tri-County and then on to Erie County. And
Right.
Anyway,
we live in Podunk nowhere. That's all we're getting at there.
yeah, we do. I tell you what, though, I love it because my wonderful husband wanted to buy a home, in town, and I'm like,
Okay, so what do you do to buy your first house? You buy a cheaper house that you can pay off in a couple of years, use that as a down payment when you sell that for your new house. That's just how it works. And where we live, you can get a house for like $25,000 to $40,000 that's fairly decent. Like, not sketchy or bad at all. Might need some updates, whatever.
it might be a little old-fashioned, but, it's nice. It's just...
So, I
wanted
wanted to do that and pay it off in, 4, maybe 5 years, and then buy a house in the country because it's way more expensive in the country. No, couldn't do that.
I looked at him, I'm like, man, the neighbors are going to be pissed. He goes, why? I'm like, there'll be 6 horses in their backyard. They're not going to be happy. He's like, are you serious right now? I'm like, yep. And then we bought the house we have now.
It's really good to know everybody and to have family. It really is. I know everybody because of my job.
Right.
Everyone knows me as the Subway guy or the mustache man. Let's be honest here.
Right.
So, the Subway guy or the mustache man.
What we should have called you. The
I'm
Subway
always
guy.
known as, oh, are you Odds Woman?
Because everyone loves, or knows me. And then, of course, Mal's real whole name is interesting. So
nobody remembers
like,
or pronounces it right. Just saying.
There's only like I know 3 people with the same name as Mal, and that's it.
And we all spell it differently.
Wow.
No, you and the one spell it the same.
Do we?
Yeah. But like, it's easy for people to be like, "Oh, you're so and so. Are you Odd's wife?" And they're like, "She's like, yeah." Mm-hmm.
They're like, "Oh, you're Odd's woman, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Well, by George, I am."
She used to work at a movie store, and that's how
my
everyone
God.
knew who she was. Oh, that's Odd's wife.
They're like, or I'd say something about my husband, because I worked across the road at that point in time.
Right.
And, when movie stores were a thing. And who was it? I can't remember. I'm like, my husband across the street. And he gets like, who's your husband? Because he went into there all the time.
Right.
I'm like, dude with the big curly mustache? He's like, no shit, you're Odd's woman. I'm like, I am Odd's woman. I can't even take you to Pittsburgh without you finding people that you know. And I'm like, really?
For sure. Like, I go to a lot of shows and stuff.
We
so
went
I
to
know
Pittsburgh
everybody.
the first time together, and all of a sudden he's got people that we're bumping into, and they're like, hey! And I'm like, how the fuck do you know these people?
Like, who the fuck is this? I don't know who that is. I'm like, oh, this is so-and-so. They're from Erie, or they're from so-and-so. And she's like, oh, shit, okay.
Oh, like you were telling me, some singers from certain bands.
Right.
Just, they're all like, hey, you're that guy from, over there.
Right.
Wow.
Right. Well, like, when I had my mustache, not too many people have, handlebar mustaches.
That's true.
And, like, mine was, like, doubled up fucking
Dude,
inch and a half curls.
It was
huge.
absolutely beautiful when it was done.
Like, when it was as big as it could be, I could literally, my loops would go over my eyes. Like, they'd be so high, they'd be up in my eyes and then back down around.
Yeah,
they were huge.
He had to loop it a couple times.
I could tuck it behind my ear. Is how big my mustache was.
Oh, yeah, it was ridiculous. But I tell you what, when he did not do his mustache, kissing him was like kissing the frickin' Lorax. It was terrible.
Constantly.
I told him I'm going to get you a damn toothbrush to brush that fucker out with.
I keep it all brushed though. It's just when you have that much mustache.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was
I
insane.
didn't just like shave it all until the bottoms and let the bottoms grow out like a Fu Manchu. I let my whole mustache grow, so my whole mustache is like 5 to 9 inches long.
Yeah, like I said,
So
the
like,
Lorax.
yeah, it was. You can't help it. It's just bushy.
Yeah, I've been there a few times where you just get too much
And,
mustache.
the color of it just helps. With the
Right.
Lorax thing.
Shut up. The Lorax, by the way, has a yellow mustache, and he's orange. So, and I have a red beard, okay? So that does not have anything
What
to do
color
with...
does red and yellow make, or orange and yellow make? I don't know.
You don't know your colors? You're a tattoo artist and you don't know your colors?
Shut the fuck up.
Orange and yellow makes a darker yellow.
Yeah,
That's what that makes.
They come from red, okay? And they're all 3 warm colors. Leave me alone. Orange comes from red.
Oh my
and yellow.
god, just stop, Miss Tattoo Artist. Christ.
Park, I promise I'm way better with colors than I sound right now.
Are you sure?
I mean,
Have you looked at my shit?
she's
Yes, I
2
have.
bowls in at this point, so
I am. By this point, I'm not usually
she's dive
tattooing
bombing.
somebody.
She's gonna hopefully be that eagle. You know how they like fucking dive bomb and just let themselves free fall until they get so close and they flap at the very last second to not die. Hopefully that's her tonight.
Right? Maybe
I'm trying really
time for
hard.
number 3 to see if we can get her to
Flap
nosedive.
up!
Get her to see her nosedive so bad that she bounces off the ground.
I
and see
land
how
like
high
an
she-
albatross. You guys ever seen an albatross land?
No.
Okay, so every time an albatross lands, they're not graceful at all. They literally like face plant and skitter their face, all kinds of crap. They like crash land every time. I'm like, I am an albatross.
And here we go.
There's a
with the
reason
animal
I'm not a
shit.
pilot. Shut the fuck up.
I told you.
I can't. I just know random shit.
Yeah, we know. That's what we're saying
You
here.
know what your favorite bird should be?
What?
The blue-footed booby.
Why is that?
Because its name is Booby.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean,
Duh.
okay. I don't really see where that makes a point. But
I
okay.
think it's hilarious. It's just another bird.
I can't
To go with
wait
the
for
albatross,
second
they
half
kind of
of
live in
this.
close proximity-ish. I
What did
think.
you say?
I
Ray?
can't wait for the second half of this.
Shut the fuck up!
Oh man.
People are gonna know I'm retarded. You guys are the ones who put me on air. This is your fault.
It's
They gave me a microphone, so anything that you guys have to hear is their responsibility.
This is exactly what we were going to do.
Yeah, but see, if we get you high, we just know that you just constantly get a little dumber. Until you give me that face of derping. Like we talked about last week. And once that happens, like, bam, fuck, you're gone. Like,
shut the fuck up. I don't derp.
She's gonna go inside and go, oh, it's so warm. And she's gonna be fucking sleeping.
Dude, me and my electric
After
blanket.
she stuffs her face with some Pop-Tarts or some cereal.
Actually, she need both because I can't eat 2 packs of Pop-Tarts because our little baby ate my chocolate Pop-Tarts.
I was really worried she ate some shit. I'm not gonna lie, because I was like, oh god, that's brown.
She was playing in her room while I was... you were here and I was taking the other boy to his appointment. So... Odd says that the baby comes out and has got brown stuff all over her face. And he's like, uh-oh.
I was like, you didn't poop? Oh, because I was so scared of it, because she'll eat anything, I feel like. I'm like, oh, God.
You know, like 2 hours later, and I guess this is more like 4 hours later.
Yeah.
Something like that. I'm on a rampage looking for my Pop-Tarts.
As I'm playing a video game, I cannot hear what she's saying, but I can hear her bitching.
And he comes, he's like... What's going on? I'm like, some little shit stole my Pop-Tarts and I want them back. And he's like, oh, I think Lil ate those.
I'm like, if there's some missing, Lil probably ate them. Her face was all chocolatey. I had to clean it.
I'm like, damn it. I can't have anything.
Nothing. You can never have anything nice.
Yeah, the baby's like,
no. If I leave a Pepsi unattended, that little girl will take the top off and drink it. All of it.
Chug it.
She drank half of my Pepsi.
Oh, yeah. I remember the other night when you left your Pepsi on the counter.
Yeah.
And she chugged that Pepsi.
Yeah. Or if
the baby's horrible.
If he leaves like a cup of the straw laying around from work, he better hope that there's nothing more than water in there because that little girl, she will crawl next to the couch so that she can get to his cup without him seeing her and drink it. I caught her doing it.
Yeah, wow. I've caught her doing such things.
She's terrible. Little turkey.
She isn't a damn turkey. If she was anything, she'd be a blue-footed booby.
Dude, she is Sandy from the Croods, okay? That's what that little girl is. She is a sweetheart.
She doesn't quite growl like her, though.
She ran into the kitchen and roared at me today because she was being a dinosaur. And the other boy was hiding under the bar stools, going, dinosaur! Dinosaur, Mom! And the baby comes running in and roars at me. She's Sandy.
I don't think she would attack another human, though, for food. I'm just saying. What?
I wish you guys could see the look he's getting right now. She sure as fuck would.
Me too. I was actually forgot I was gonna check that, and I didn't. Damn it. That's alright.
What are you gonna check?
I was gonna see how loud the bong was in that.
Oh.
Oh well.
Speaking of turkeys, I'm pretty sure Red has some info for us.
On turkeys?
You're a turkey.
I didn't know I was a turkey. When did this happen?
There's a fucking hair in the bowl.
I'm so sorry.
How the fuck?
It would look so long, so it looked like it might have been mine.
She fucking says might have been.
So, we didn't know what to do for the strand of the week this week, because we still had the same stuff as this week as last week.
Jack Hero.
Which is that Jack Hero, that really good stuff with still kicking us on our ass.
She didn't even clear that son bitch.
Yeah, you should clear that.
I sure did.
Anyway,
did not.
Anyway, so I figured might as well go on and talk about one of my favorite strands, Watermelon OG.
Okay, that's great. You should pause and take your hit, Red.
Keeping me. Oh my God, trying to do.
Please hold, folks.
Go, just hit it. Just hit it.
It's beautiful. Keep going. Go down.
I was gonna say, don't burn it. This shit's just a roaring, bud. Exactly. He's like, I'm dying!
And death is upon us.
That is going to be so loud in recording. Where was I? Anyway.
What are your favorites?
One of my favorite weeds is watermelon. Watermelon OG is also known as, you can also find it as watermelon kush. It is 80% indica. I recommend smoking it at night because It gives you a nice, well, depends on who you are. Some people feel super sedated off of it, but it gets you stupid stoned.
After we use yours, once I find a comfy spot that's warm, that's it. I'm done. Don't ask me to do nothing else. I melt.
Where did that come from?
From your stuff.
She's talking about the watermelon.
Yeah.
Oh, when
She means when she's stoned off of it, she's
Stoned
like
on it.
gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, funnily enough you just mentioned that, because some of the other effects is you feel sedated, you'll get wicked headaches from it, but...
That explains so much.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know
but
that.
you also get, like, you'll feel like you had a hangover the next morning sometimes, but...
I feel like that a lot. I mean, we do smoke quite a bit, though.
But the effects that you feel from it make you, like... It made me go to the dentist, like... I was high enough, like, I hate the dentist. Like, I'm going to straight up say that right now. Still got to go to the dentist and get things fixed.
Sorry for all of you dentists.
It's not personal. He just is not a fan of your profession.
Yeah. I had a really bad dentist when I was 5. We're not going to touch that.
He's 30 this year.
Right. You know, 25 years, still can't trust dentists. But whatever. Anyway, it... Just in general, you know, it left me relaxed enough to just be like, all right, I could sit down and just get through what I need to get through. You know, I was working on getting ready to get some teeth pulled and all that, and got right up to the day, but thank you, COVID, for shutting that all down. So.
I know, I was all proud of you, because you were going to follow through with it and everything.
But more facts about watermelon. Like, it's measured between 11 and 22% THC. It doesn't have a background like everybody else with Cannabis Cup, but it's more because it's such a difficult strand to grow. I found out just in general, the temperatures you're going to look for, like, just to keep it alive is like around 70 to 80 just to keep a plant alive. Growing the seeds, like... You have a better chance just growing clones instead of seeds. Like, you want a really humid area. It's a problem plant, but if you can grow with it for the 10 weeks that it needs, like, it has a beautiful yield. You get big, beautiful plants.
Colas. These are called colas.
I gotcha.
The big pieces of bud. That's colas.
Yep. It helps with your depression, anxiety.
I think all weed helps with depression and anxiety to some extent.
Yeah.
Let's be straight.
I mean, I haven't found one yet that didn't, so.
Leaves you focused. I remembered when I was ripped off of it, I was always like, let's just get stuff done. I wanted to get out of situations, you know, and it helped me get through. I was just like, oh, we got to do it.
Right.
But it's not something I would recommend going through your day on, because it is really wicked strong.
No, I usually have to nap afterwards for a solid.
That's why I recommend it at night, if you need to calm down real fast.
Well, it's like you said, it's an 80. I mean, most of them are hybrids nowadays of some sort.
And this is 80%.
So it's an 80-20 blend of indica.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's right there on the napping scale. Let's be honest here.
Which, I'm not going to lie, I much prefer indica over sativa.
Oh, for sure. I like sativa. It does not like me. I don't know why. I have
a random question. Isn't sativa the name of a sweetener too?
No, that's stevia.
Stevia. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry.
Oh my.
Sorry. Wow. I needed to know.
Oh wow.
Okay, you can continue your story now. No.
You both look at me like I was telling a story.
You were!
Who had the story?
He was talking. You were talking about sativa.
Right. And, like, I like it. It just don't like me. That's all. Like, but indica, like, it's where almost everything I smoke is indica that I know of. Which, I mean, not always do we know what strain we have. Sometimes our dude doesn't know.
And sometimes it just happens. I mean, sometimes you're not going to get to a dispensary every single time. I mean,
right?
Yep. And if he doesn't know, and it's one we don't like, we're like, well, guess we're not gonna get no more of this kind, because
let us know when you got something different.
Yep, we'll smoke.
So, have you smoked any actual flower of watermelon, or just the carts?
Yeah. Usually with watermelon, you'll find that it's pretty, like, it's kind of like a yellowish, bright, greenish bud. It's got, like, the orange hairs in it. It's you know, it was the stuff we had for my birthday last year. I'm pretty sure that's what we were smoking. That we got out of that chillum.
Right.
And all of us were like, dude. So it's. I'm hoping DJ still has that seed, because if it's the one I'm thinking of, it's supposed to be like a green and it's supposed to be a green and yellow seed. It's striped like a watermelon, and it has a watermelon herb smell to it. So I know you usually taste the pine off of it and whatnot, but just in general, I mean, it gives you the aroma of watermelon as you're smoking it. Somebody walked in, they'd be like, "You burning a watermelon incense a little bit?"
You know what sucks? When you walk in and you're like, "Oh, cookies," and then you realize it's a wax warmer. That's a sad day.
Miss Random over here.
Listen, we're like 3 bowls in. Did you expect anything else from me?
AKA, her munchies are kicking in already.
They are. Listen,
we ain't even in the fucking house yet.
You're already thinking about that cereal.
Listen, I could kill for a
she's gonna get her
Sunday.
some Frosted Flakes.
With coffee creamer.
And then her Pop-Tarts.
So, where did you learn the coffee creamer from, Miss? What are you putting in your cereal?
From my snarky husband over there.
She literally is like, why the hell are you putting coffee creamer in your cereal? I'm like, it makes it sweeter.
Yep.
She's like, nah. So she tried it, and she's like, wow, that's really fucking good. I'm like, yeah, see? Make fun of me from what I do. I'm a true fat kid, thank you.
Yeah, I'm not on the whole coffee creamer train there.
Oh, it's delicious. Have you ever tried it?
I don't like coffee to begin with.
It's like coffee.
I know, but I don't like coffee creamers or anything
It's
like
French
that.
vanilla on Frosted Flakes. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Meh.
It's delicious.
It's amazing.
Meh.
I have to be careful.
It reminds me of like how Sweet and Low is. How it's not like, it's like, tastes like fake milk to me.
I don't drink Sweet and Low, okay?
Listen, I know, but it's like Sweet and Low
expensive.
to sugar. I'm trying to compare like the taste difference.
No.
It's like Sweet and Low to sugar.
When Odd and I got together, you want to know how I used to drink my coffee?
Oh my god.
So it was half coffee, half French vanilla creamer, a huge pile of whipped cream on the top, and then you drizzle some caramel on it. It was
maybe half coffee. Don't let her lie to you. It was probably like a 55.
It was half coffee and half creamer.
No.
Now, Mal drinks her coffee like 3/4 of the way coffee and about 1/4 creamer, and no whipped topping and no caramel.
I'm that weird person who
kids.
just wakes up, don't drink coffee.
Yeah, no, I don't drink coffee.
I
I don't
don't
understand people like you guys. Like, do you wake up just energized on your fucking own? Like,
No,
she's like, I gotta smoke a pack of cigarettes before I could be alive. I'm like,
really
why?
slow to wake up. When I was smoking cigarettes, I was the same way. As like, took me 3 cigarettes to get kick started, and then I would go.
Yeah.
Sometimes it would take an energy drink. I'm really slow to get started in the morning, but when I get going, I'm just up until I crash.
No,
not me. My alarm goes off. I roll out of bed. I roll over freaking Mal and her 80 pounds of blankets in the fucking way.
And pillows.
And then go into the bathroom and get a shower right away. And the shower wakes me up.
Oh, no. See, Mal wakes up a solid hour earlier than she probably has to. So I have time to smoke a couple cigarettes and wake the fuck up before I have to...
I had to kickstart myself with a every morning.
I don't wake and bake very often, only because I'm very sleepy in the morning.
Well, because we have 3 kids. It's hard to fucking bake when you gotta get 3 kids up and moving. We're,
Yeah, trying to get 3 kids breakfast and... change and get one on the bus. No. I don't have time
Bad
for
life
that.
choices.
I'm sorry, what?
Tool.
Jesus.
We're trying to...
You guys. Hey, you guys.
You can't lip talk to me right now. And
I
expect
can
me to
also
know.
whisper like I would, because it would be an easy cut point. But now it's an even longer cut point because I had to make a point.
Yeah, they can be part of this conversation.
They don't care. You'd be like, the fuck.
I care.
Well, sucks to suck. You know what we should talk about since you're doing that right now? We should talk about our advice of the night.
We definitely should, because while I'm cleaning this bowl piece out, we should talk about maintenance, everybody. How I know some people on this porch don't take care of cleaning out their pipes properly.
No. Listen. Our pipes get built up like that, and I tell you what, when we is broke and we has no money, guess what? We got lots of resin to smoke.
I get that.
I'm smoking for a week straight.
I've been there, but there's also a time where you should clean it out and not have clogs and whatnot. Like this bong slider. I've had this. I haven't smoked this clean since I got my bong. So this is the one I used the most from my bong. And it is, you can see, this is how it's supposed to be. This is how dirty it is from us just using it tonight. Because you guys saw me clean this at the beginning of the show. But...
Before the show.
Yeah, before the show, excuse me. But I can't get into here. So you're going to see how black the bowl is just from work. I need, to take a paper clip and actually jam it in there and scrape it out, and it will help get so much more of the clogs away, so you don't have to worry about getting out a toothpick while a bowl's packed and jamming in and trying to unclog it. And I get it, I've been there too. It sucks, especially when the cherry's still lit.
Listen, I hate breaking in new bowls. So when you clean them, guess what? You basically have to break them in all over again, and I don't like it. And second, 3 friggin' kids. When the fuck do I have time to sit down and scrape these motherfuckers? Or the grinder. I just don't have time. And I try to do, quick half-assed maintenance real quick. Like the other night, I spent, 5 minutes scraping our grinder a little bit, trying to get it cleaned up at least a tad bit.
You also have friends that have no lives that would probably gladly help you out with
Okay,
that.
but I'm not going to ask, because that's not the kind of person I am.
Well, Blue is going to be just don't smoke the resin with you. Because some people are like that. Some people, if you just smoke the resin with them, they'll scrape your shit for you.
Then you'd have to call him up and get him out here for a night.
And I hate driving to his house because, first of all, I don't like driving. 2, I don't like driving in the dark. 3, he lives in the middle of fucking nowhere. Worse than we do. I swear to God, every time I'm like, are we almost there? He's like, no, we're halfway there. I'm like, the fuck?
What's funny is we literally live halfway between him and civilization. So we literally live halfway to bumfuck nowhere.
Yeah.
Because he lives in bumfuck nowhere.
Literally, his neighbors are Amish people. He lives in the middle of nowhere. There's no service out there, so even if I do get lost, I'm like, well, guess I'm fucked. And my favorite part is out there, it gets foggy all the time.
It's hilarious to me. See. She's like, if I get lost, it's one fucking turn from our house. Literally, one turn to get from our house to his house.
Right.
And because you just start going towards Amishville until you get to the big hill and you take a right and just follow that bitch out. Then take you right to Blue's house.
Yeah.
And she's like, if I get lost, I'm like, it's one fucking turn.
No, one time I turned the wrong way out of his driveway.
One time at band camp, she go out to
all
fucking
the way out. Oh my God.
Out to Centerville or something. Oh my God.
I drove for probably 5 minutes. I bet you did.
I bet you got to where Julia used to live, huh? You got out to where Julia used to live.
Oh,
and goes,
I did. I was
fuck.
like, what am I doing out here?
Yeah.
At least by then I knew how to get home, though.
Jesus.
One time I got lost, and
One time at band camp, I just can't help it. She keeps saying that, and I'm at band camp.
There was one time, my best friend at the time, she and I were coming up here to visit my grandma, who at the time lived in a little town that it's smaller than ours.
Right.
Okay. And I had never gone to my grandma's house the way we were coming. I'd gone there 100 times, but I only knew one way there because, I'm me. So my other grandma tries to explain to me how to do this. And so I tried really, really hard. And I got lost. And then I had to turn around and go back. And I finally found her house. Okay, so we did what we had to there. And we left. And we tried to go back the way we came. And we got lost. Worse this time, we found a place called it's called the Redneck Resort. I've never found it ever again. I don't know where it is.
Oh, I know where that is.
And we found that place, and then we found this, like, rundown bar that, like, we stopped there to try and call my mom and see if we could figure out where we are. We got mean mugged to hell. They didn't have a phone that worked. There was no cell service.
You were on your way to Sugar Grove.
Well, I finally ended up in Warren.
Yep.
Dropped me in the middle of Warren. I was like, okay.
Yep, you went to South Warren.
I don't know where the hell I was.
No, North Warren.
So we turned, and it was supposed to be a 2-hour drive from my grandma's house to where we were going.
It was like 5-hour drive.
It took us 4 hours.
Oh my God.
Because we were so lost. And she didn't know where we were either, because she's not from up here.
Your mind would have probably exploded if you left and went to Lakewood. Because that's New York.
Dude, I would have been like, I'm so lost!
Your mind would have exploded.
One time I called my mom and I'm like, I don't know where I am. She goes, what do you mean? I'm like, there's this place. And it was Chautauqua and I couldn't pronounce it. I was freaking out because I didn't know where I was.
I can see her going,
Oh my God. She had to talk me through how to get me where. She had to stay on the phone with me the whole time until I got where I was trying to get to because I was so lost and I
that'd literally be her though.
Oh, it was terrible.
Fuck it. That'd be what she would say too. She'd be like, I can't say it.
Another time, she made Craig just come find me. She made park the car and just come find me. It took him like a half an hour. He found me because I couldn't get to my uncle's house. You know, the uncle's house we go to. I still can't tell you how to get there.
Yeah.
That one? Yeah, I got lost trying to go to his house.
Yeah. Bumfuck Nowhereville.
Right?
I feel like that's my favorite saying today. I don't know.
It is.
It really is.
I think I've said it like 3 or 4 times. I'm like, wow, fuck. Oh, if you guys are hanging in there with us, this is bowl number 4. Just saying. And
if anybody's been keeping track, you know,
probably a 12-inch water bong.
A 12-inch little snack.
Yeah, a 12-inch snack. She says.
Listen. So, Red mentioned I'm a tattoo artist, and I have really recently gotten big into snakes, and I was tattooing my own leg, and my husband came in to check on me and discovered that I finished my leg and had just randomly started tattooing this tiny little snake on my hand. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, experimenting.
It went from ankle to hand all of a sudden. I'm like, whoa, that escalated quickly. Not that I care. I mean, mind you, I have...
One day you're going to come home and your wife's going to be like a kid that had a Sharpie and just be like, tattoo central. She's like, idea.
Oh,
and then
man.
she has like your name here and...
No, I will not.
Oh, man.
Bad luck.
Anyways, like, I don't care because I have a small finger tattoo.
Me too.
Otherwise, I think I probably have like 30 or 40 leg tattoos.
You have a lot. You
So,
have way more than I do. I
have the
think we
majority
counted
of my
the other
legs
day, and I
done.
have 11 tattoos.
So, like, I can't really bitch at her for doing something. Like,
He doesn't care.
Eventually, I plan on having my hands done.
I figured out what I'm going to do with my hands, with my knuckles. Are
Let's
you
hear
ready
it.
for this?
Let's hear it.
So I'm going to put some little design right here. I don't know what yet. And another one on this pinky. And then I'm going to use this as an O. And I'm going to write psycho across my fingers. Because that's what you fucking call me all the time. Is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because she is a psycho. Like, she's fucking insane. She knows it. She ain't denying it. So, that's hilarious to me, though.
I think it's brilliant.
You should have one be a little Harlequin, and then... And then the next one over needs to be like the Joker.
No, this one, one can be Harley and one can be Joker.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll just write Psycho and then use our wedding woods as the O.
Right. Oh, man.
I'm brilliant, by the way. I
That's
have
too
great
funny.
ideas. The only problem is I can't do it myself, so I have to wait. Listen, I was standing in the mirror trying to figure out if I could tattoo my own chest the other day.
That's always fun.
I'm really debating it. I might do a small tester over here
You're
to see
insane.
if I can.
You're fucking insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's like, let me reversibly, like, hold it with this hand and tattoo it with this hand in a fucking mirror. I just can't imagine that. Like, Can you see her in a fucking mirror? Like, that'd just be insane.
I wouldn't be in a mirror. I can see my chest. I'd just turn my head and watch.
Wait till she gets like a mirror for a mirror.
Like, she's like,
I gotta get the
He's
back
gonna
of my
come
neck.
home and find mirrors taped up in our living room.
I'm like, what you doing, bud? She's
I
gonna be
got
like,
this
look at this
beautiful
awesome neck tattoo I did. I'll be like, what the fuck? like, how the hell did you tattoo the back of your neck?
Oh
Well,
my
you see,
God.
I used this mirror and I fucking held it with my left hand and tattooed it with my right, with one eye shut so I could see in the fucking mirror just right. I'll be like, oh my God, woman.
He loves me so much.
She does the craziest fucking shit you'd ever imagine. She really does. She's literally fucking insane. The shit, she's like, hey, do you think I could do this? I'm like, no. She's like, I'm doing it then. And then just fucking does her best. Sometimes she gets it, sometimes she does. I'm
Yeah.
like, how the fuck?
Like today, you know what I tried to convince him to let me do today? Get elf
No.
ears.
No.
It's so dumb.
I want
The elf ear
ears
thing
so
is the
bad.
dumbest fucking thing.
Guys, I need you to help me out here, please. They're adorable. I love them.
I have problems with plugs going way obnoxiously too big. Like,
I just can't.
So
Those
I think I'm gonna gauge mine, but not like huge.
I
Like,
have a friend.
if
where
I can stick my
think
pinky
they
through it, I'll
said-
be happy, and then it's like solid.
See, the thing is, I hear it's always like, oh, it's gonna be one more size, one more size. I have a friend that was like, oh, I want to gauge mine so I get to the plugs that have the designs on them. And then that's
Really?
when they were gonna stop. And then they
Which
were-
is like maybe a quarter
So
inch.
I know what ones I want. I
Oh,
just don't know
boy.
how big that my ears
Oh,
have to
man.
be. I want the snake ones that looks like a snake hook through your ear,
Right.
but I don't know how what sizes I can
that
get.
sounds
Continue,
like-
Red.
I think that sounds like a 14, maybe a 12.
No, definitely a little
But I
bigger than
don't.
that.
Like I can start gauging them
Maybe
now.
like
I
a
just have
double
to get.
zero.
I just have to get the stuff to do it because my ears
Which-
are already pierced.
If you stretch it above a double zero, then you will never get them to close again.
Which-
that's a proven fact.
I don't care if they close
Anything
again.
bigger than double
Without
zero,
surgery.
Yeah.
yeah, without surgery.
I don't care.
Like Sir Miff, he tore his,
Yeah.
and his will never close. If you ever see them, they're kind of flabby a little bit.
Yeah.
Because his were, I think, a half inch, which is, I've always wanted to do my ears with gauges, and I just never have. And
You
I
should.
don't know. I just never taken the time to, or like looked into what it would take.
Okay, so I think that if you want to gauge your ears, I should wait to make my piercing appointment, and you should just come with me, and I'll get my nose done, and you'll get your ears done, so you can start gauging them.
I don't know. I just feel like that's just like I don't think it's gonna be enjoyable.
It's not bad. Getting your ears pierced. It's not bad. It's not. I know you. The only piercing you have is this one.
My septum, and
It's not- I
fuck
promise you.
that.
When
Listen
I have
to
my
me.
snake bites, like
I want those too eventually.
yeah, when I have my snake bites, my tattooist, he was actually really chill about it, and I kind of laugh about it because he was like, "All right, this is how we're gonna do it. All right, I'm gonna count to 3. On 3, I'm gonna go in. All right." So he goes, "All right." He goes 1, 2, 3. He does it on 2.
So that you don't flinch.
And on 3, he's like, "I'm already done." And you're like, "Wait, I didn't even feel it." And he's like, "Yeah, I know, I did it on 2."
That's awesome.
I was like-
So these don't really hurt then?
No.
See, when I got my tongue done, okay, I didn't feel them pierce it. I didn't even realize that they had done it. It's the next like 3 to 5 days that suck ass.
It's weird. Your lip does swell up. You don't talk proper for a day.
You should see that face that she just made. She's like,
It's about like
she
that.
has really good control of her lips. And
I
it's so
do.
funny to me.
I do.
Like, it just makes me think of like an orangutan, like with just like big ass fucking lips. Hers aren't that big, But like if they were, like it'd just be fucking epic.
Listen, he calls me T-Rex face, okay? Because I do have a really big mouth.
Yeah, it's fucking huge, and she can unhinge her jaw.
I can. I got punched in the jaw, and so my jaw's never quite works right, so I could dislocate it and open my mouth extra big. I'm the only person he knows who can make a s'more out of those giant marshmallows and not make a mess to eat it.
Like, you know, the ones that are made for fucking gigundous mouths? Imagine that on a fucking s'more. And she doesn't make a mess. You're like, I can't eat a regular s'more and not make a mess. And she's eating an ultra-sized one and doing it with fucking ease. You're like, son of a bitch.
Eating a s'more is with, like, our beards.
Yeah, the mustache right now is just fucking atrocious.
I
gotta shave that bastard off.
Especially when you get a glob.
And then you sit there and fuck with it. And
Speaking
it's
of mustaches, okay.
Okay, I knew it was gonna come up. Oh my fucking god!
All right, wait till another episode.
So
we got time. We got some time.
It'll be fine. We might end up going into overtime, guys. I'm sorry. We'll have to see. I don't know what time it is. But
plenty of time.
So here's my thing. My husband and I are sitting on our porch smoking. You know, kids are in bed. We're doing
fairly baked at this point.
And he's talking about his beard because he's been growing it out and it looks really nice. And I was telling him it's nice and it's so soft. And he's like, yeah, it touches. I, run my fingers through because I love touching his beard. And he's like, it's so warm and cozy. I'm like, man, I wish women could grow facial hair because I want warm and cozy on my face too. Like, I'm always cold.
And as a guy, I'm like, I don't think I could kiss somebody with a bunch of facial hair. I don't know.
And then I'm like, think about what if women
who do have facial hair.
Yeah, but like, think about this. If it was a regular thing, like women just grew it as frequently as men did. Okay.
Right.
Can you imagine the crazy things women would do with their beards and stuff? Like, look what they do with their hair. Their hair, women do some amazing and crazy shit with their hair. What would they do with
so
their
do
facial
men.
hair?
And then there's
Have you ever seen the octopus guy? He turns his fucking beard into an octopus.
What?
It's insane.
You have to show it to me because that's amazing.
He's won like world championships in beard growing, like beard competitions and shit.
The way I'd say
it's fucking dope.
Okay, but women would like.
Some women are just gonna be like, that's just another place that needs waxed.
Just something else to bitch about.
Another place to bitch
about. Because you know what? Unlike my legs, I ain't shaving it.
You say that, but like, it's a pain in the dick.
Sometimes
First things off, when you shave, your whole fucking face itches. Afterwards, I fucking hate it. So, and like, you have a double chin, so like it fucking rubs on it, and you get dry skin on your neck.
I also hate when you first shave and it's like cold out. Your face feels like it's on fire. Your face
is so cold. You're like, fuck.
Oh my god, why did I shave?
Again, see, this is why I wouldn't shave.
Right now, like, we have a good fucking wind beard guard, So like, I get it. Like, it's cold as fuck when you don't have it, but at the same time, like, wait for that shit to grow like a half inch. It's itchy as fuck, and you just
stubble is
scrape everything, and you just want to rip your skin off.
Shaving 5 o'clock shadow.
Like,
I understand why people shave 5 o'clock shadow.
But I get, like, I don't want to shave ever. Like, my shaving's like using a trimmer and shaving like the lines in my beard.
I'm not gonna lie, I put shampoo and conditioner in my beard, I like...
Yeah, so does
I like taking care of it.
He washes it and brushes it, and he's got beard oil and...
I'll find myself
got a beard straightener.
I'll sit there and just stroke my beard.
It's the best.
It's the best
I
feeling.
lay there and stroke his beard. Like, I literally just lay there and just kind of...
Like a
it's
cat.
A really good feeling.
She just sits like a cat.
Really
I do. I like curl up right against him, and I'm just like...
And just pisses with my beard.
It's great.
Great.
Sometimes he's like, would you knock it the fuck off? You're making my chin itch.
Because she does. She, like, makes my neck itch, I'm like,
but then there's
stop.
there's the ingrown hairs that you gotta fight with. Those suck when you get ingrown hairs.
That's the reason why I don't shave much of my beard,
see all these right here? All these little tiny zits on my chin? You wouldn't be able to see the motherfuckers. And they'd be warm.
And if you bump anything, like when you put a headset on, a gaming headset or anything, and you graze one of those ingrown hairs and you don't hate it, it hurts.
It doesn't bother me that bad. I don't have too bad of a problem with ingrown hairs, though.
I pop them.
I've never had a ton of, like, acne as a whole. I got lucky in that department, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
fucking did.
I guess it's more.
I'm
because, like,
30 and
underneath
still
my-
have acne on my chin.
I mean, I do here and there because of the masks that we have to wear and shit.
Yeah, that's my worst problem.
Honestly,
right now.
you know what mine probably is?
What?
My high sugar intake diet.
Yeah.
Because Mal literally lives on cereal, Pop-Tarts, and coffee and cigarettes.
And
and
Pepsi.
weed.
And hate.
And Pepsi.
And hate.
Yes, and hate. Love. Lots of love. But a lot of hate.
Okay, Mama.
So,
Yeah, Mumala.
shut the fuck up. Odd's co-worker, she used to work with me too. She tells everybody I'm the nicest psycho you'll ever meet.
Yeah. Oh, man. She's a character. All right, guys. I think we're all set for the night. I hope you guys are too. If you're not as stoned as we are, then maybe you need to catch up.
Eric, and a couple more pipes.
Yeah. 2-3 bongs.
If you listen to the podcast again. Oh, shout out to our subscriber. We are paying attention. We found that we got a subscriber on YouTube.
Yeah.
My little owl subscribed.
We're glad to see some views. We were expecting, next to none. So we are paying attention. Keep in touch with us,
It'd be cool. Yeah, it'd be cool to see you guys listening and whatnot. We'd really appreciate it.
Right. I'm glad you're listening and smoking with us. So thank you.
Or just hanging and hoping for a laugh.
Ditto, what they said.
Right. If it wasn't for you guys, we probably wouldn't have continued on.
We'll see.
So
We'll see how it keeps going. But we got to get this wrapped up. So just remember, don't let your meatloaf.
Keep it creative.
and keep it dank ganja gang.
All right. On that note, we's out.